What is up, besties? It is your girl Karmic, back to you again with another video, and this time we are looking at the Kendrick and Drake beef, but I did it from, so basically we have categories. By the time you see this, you'll have timestamps, but what I wanted to look at is Drake's character. I wanted to look at where the beef stems from, why Kendrick hates Drake. I looked into the accusations of Billie Eilish and Millie Bobby. And then I also covered the shooting, the one that you guys just spammed me with. So that is the last part of the reading. So as always, thank you to everyone that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. Hello to my besties. Hi, regulars. I love you guys so much. I feel like I need to list all of your names now and be like, oh my God, what's up? So-and-so and so-and-so. But I don't want to make anybody feel not important. So I love you all so much. If you're here, you support me. We're besties. That's it. End of discussion. It's not that hard. But yeah, this reading is obviously going to be heavy. I obviously see a common theme. And I'm sure that you all are seeing the common theme within the industry. If you watch all of the P. Diddy videos that I've done, the Jay-Z deep dive, there's all some similar shit going on. So get your snacks, get your tea. I really hope that you enjoy enjoy a video about someone being toxic as fuck. I don't know, whatever, do what you must. But as always, if you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can link it. I can't talk, y'all. That reading was just not good energy. I highly recommend, doing some self-care after. But if you want to book a personal reading with me, you do it through my websites in the description box below. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All the links are down below. Thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. Subscribe if you're new here. We would love to have you. Share this video with your friends if you know people that are into this feud, because I didn't even know that it was that important. And then I dove and I was like, what did I get myself into, y'all? So without further ado, this is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. There are no facts here, but let's take a look at the Kendrick and Drake feud. Y'all, I cannot get their names right. Kendrick and Drake, and then the rumors about how Drake behaves, and then we will tie it in a little bow with the shooting. So without further ado, all for entertainment. Let's get into it. All right, besties. So we are going to get into the Drake and Kendrick feud. I'm going to see what I can get, backstory, anything. So as always, this is a legend and for entertainment purposes only. I want to start with the Dark Mirror because after the Kendrick rap song that he wrote about Drake's kids and stuff like that, and then accusations, I feel like there's some dark stuff that could potentially be coming out about Drake. So I want to start with Dark Mirror to see if we can get some energy on that. So Spirit, what do we need to know in terms of what is Kendrick trying to reveal, or just what is this darkness? I see like a darkness over Drake. I really do. I see a darkness. I wouldn't even be shocked if Anger and Chains came out, but me saying it might just kind of get rid of that happening. I see him like climbing to the top and getting just a bigger and bigger head. Like, I don't know if anyone's seen this commercial. I think it was like a Claritin commercial where like the head like blew up to a balloon. That's what I'm seeing for Drake. And I'm hearing too big for his britches. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I am also hearing manipulation. So this feels, what I'm hearing is like having your cake and eating it too. So I feel like there's some sort of that could be a Freudian slip, but I feel like there is some sort of abuse of Drake's celebrity, if that makes sense. I almost see him kind of like gaslighting people, trailblazing through them. I'm seeing Jekyll and Hyde in my mind's eye, and I'm hearing Gemini, which is giving me like two faces. And if you're a Gemini, shush, I have a Gemini moon. call a spade, you know, if the shoe fits, wear it. But I'm just being drawn to like the Drake that we see is not the Drake that the industry knows. And I mean, how many fucking celebrity readings have I done where that's the case? What we get is not, it's like what I'm seeing is Drake is giving us an image, a persona, but it's not who he really is. And now I'm seeing devil horns, but it's more metaphorical. So I think there might be some credibility as to why Kendrick said some shit. But let's see, what is the energy that we need to know about Drake? Well, he's a problem causer, especially in the work industry, but hold on. Calling in the storm. Well, I can tell you one thing, he's the problem. He's definitely the problem with calling in the storm being in the back deck. But peaceful among thorns. First of all, it's in the reverse, which means that you want to fight, you're going to get a fight. So I do feel like, again, I'm hearing like too big for his britches. Drake feeds off of negative energy. I would consider this like your stereotypical spiritual terminology for an energy vampire, but basically it's just somebody who's super toxic and just throws it onto everybody else instead of actually doing the work to fix or better themselves. Because following with Triumph of Lies in the reverse, but next to fragmentation, it's giving me this vibe of like, Spirit, how do I word this? I feel like part of the reason, and this is just general, I don't think it's the Kendrick thing, we'll get into that, but I feel like the reason that Drake does a lot of disses is to get people looking away from him. Because like with Triumph of Lies Up, right, that would give me the vibe of like he feels like he's getting away with the story that he's selling us, basically. But with it in the reverse, especially with one reminding me of like the Magician, I feel like he feels like, I'm hearing the song Untouchable. So, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if it's this deep. We're going to look into it, but I'm seeing Jeffrey Epps in my mind's eye. And I'm being drawn to Diddy. Son of a bitch. I kind of had a feeling this is what was going to happen. I think again, I just really need to reiterate that the guy that we see is a persona. It's a facade. It's not who he is. All these celebrities across the board, like it's to the point where I'm like, duh, like I feel like I'm just saying like, hey, the sun rises in the morning. You know what I mean? But with fragmentation, that gives me the vibe of, I keep hearing the Hillary Duff song, I'm Coming Clean, and 7 and 2 reducing to 9 reminds me of the 9 of Wands, which reminds me of walking on eggshells, which is giving me the vibe that time's up for Drake. I don't know what that means. Again, we're going to have to look into it. But right away, the energy that I'm getting is one hell of a big ego. Who you see is not who you get, which I'm already dreading this reading because I love a lot of his songs. I mean, I don't really follow artists, but I like his music. But with Peaceful Among Thorns in the reverse, 2 and 6 is 8. 8 reminds me of work. And then to people that have followed me forever, this always reminds me of the Ten of Swords because of all of the swordy looking things. So that's giving me the vibe of like self-sabotage because it's in the reverse. So I feel like this guy, he's giving me like Aries energy. I know he's not an Aries. I did do the Google on that. But he's giving me like nothing's ever good enough. It's like eating away your feelings, but I think he has different coping mechanisms. And I just feel like if I just keep pulling on these cards, I'm getting a story of who he is. And I know y'all want to know what he's done. And I'm not getting it from that. But let me see if there's additional cards that I can pull that might give me information. I just feel like, I think he's a master manipulator. I can't get the Magician reversed out of my head with this card. It's because 1 is Magician. Also, 1 is New Beginnings, and it's blocked. So that gives me the vibe of like, he's repeating cycles. He's not growing and learning and adapting. And now I have Dan Schneider in my mind's eye. Fucking A, bro. Oh my God. I really want to reference back to the last Diddy reading I did where it felt like the industry is not going to be the same in 5-10 years. I kind of feel like Drake is, yeah, because I'm hearing Fallen Angel, but I feel like it's more like metaphorical. I don't feel like he's an actual angel. It's just with the fragmentation and being reversed, I'm being drawn back to that. It's giving me the vibe now that like the illusion is shattering. Does that make sense? Because this is kind of reminding me of like shattered glass, and fragmentation is literally like your heart being fragmented. So it's kind of giving me the vibe of like, yeah, because I'm hearing the saying, let he who is without sin throw the first stone or whatever the fuck that saying is. And then I'm also hearing, oh my God, what is that quote, Spirit? About like, people with glass. It's a rap. Oh my God, I should know this. This is how you know I'm channeling, not making shit up, because I feel like it's Dre or Eminem or something. Where it's like, if you live in glass homes, you shouldn't throw rocks. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so embarrassed when I rewatch this because I love that song. Because he's like, watch your mouth because I'll break your face. I think it's like Dr. Dre or something. But anyway, the point is, I think, especially with like the house with all the windows, it's giving me the vibe of like he has no problem showing who he is to other people, showing his, again, I'm being right back drawn to like Jeffrey Epps and how he probably didn't hide what type of person he was. So I think we're going to get more from the tarot, and I'm definitely being called to use my haunted house tarot, so that's not a good sign. But let's pull more oracles. Yeah, I think he's also the type of person where, yeah, because I'm hearing Britney Spears, I'm not that innocent, where he'll throw somebody under the bus. He will do anything for the game. He will do anything for the fame. He's not a real one, is what I'm hearing. Because I'm hearing like real, recognize real, and then I'm seeing a cross out over Drake's face. So I kind of feel like this is part of his personality. Like I feel like he fucks people over because he doesn't know what loyalty really is. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song where it's like, don't you ever get too comfortable. Great fucking song, by the way. Yeah. To the left, let me be, what is it? Be my guest, you could step. Feeling irreplaceable. Yeah, it's like he feels like he's top dog. No one can get him. I'm putting out this perfect image with the triumph of lies. No one's going to see it for what it is, but it feels like time's up. Oh, and to my regulars, you know exactly what fucking song I'm hearing now. It's going down. It's going down. I'm yelling timber, you better move, you better dance. All right. Okay. So the child that was meant to be and Gilded Regret Spirit Team, why child that was meant to be in the reverse? I'm being drawn to how he did, fuck, what was that? I never watched it, I'm going to be honest with you. Wasn't he like in a wheelchair or something? I don't know. Or was there a kid in a wheelchair? There was a TV show basically that proved to him, or proved to the world that like he wasn't someone who like came from rags to riches. I can't think of the show because I never gave a shit to watch it. But I am being drawn to that. And I also want to mention that I can't sit still in his energy. So I don't think this dude's okay. Not that I have a feeling once we pull cards, we're not going to care if he's okay or not. But all I'm saying is like, I feel like, yeah, because I'm being drawn to how Nicki Minaj like lost her fucking marbles when Cardi came from her. So I'm kind of getting that same energy. So I do think that Drake is scared. I think he's afraid. Yeah, because it's the last diss about his whole family. I also feel that, why Gilded Regret though, Spirit? Because I feel like whatever he's done to people, I don't feel regret. So Spirit, why regret? Missed opportunities. Okay, so I feel like maybe he's difficult to work with, or yeah, I keep hearing problematic because I keep hearing that song, Don't You Ever Get Too Comfortable. And this, again, people that follow me, this reminds me of the Ten of Swords. So I feel like he sabotages himself. It's kind of giving me like these celebrities that get canceled because they just won't stop running their fucking mouth. 11:11 on the clock when I said that. Which is like usually something big is coming when you see 11:11. I feel like with the child that was meant to be, I think he has resentment because he couldn't really fully change his Degrassi. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my God. I was like, what the fuck was that show called? He can't really change that like image. Like, because I'm being drawn to how like he accidentally leaked that video of him First of all, allegedly in front of purposes only, that was not an accident. That was a ploy to get attention. I feel like he is one hell of an attention seeker. I'm kind of shocked that he's not a Leo, to be honest. The fixed energy makes sense to me with him being a Scorpio, but I feel like he is very disconnected from his emotions. I feel like he doesn't even know how to tap into them. And I feel like the only emotions that he really can feel is anger, revenge, and like sexual energy. You know what I mean? It's reminding me of like dudes I've dated prior to self-worth, where it's like, I just see you as something to use versus like, how can I also add to your life? Drake's the type of person where it's like, I hate to say it, but I keep fucking hearing it. You're a whole. Like, that's it. Like, oh my God, I'm not saying that, spirit. Oh, no, 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 no. I feel like he said some fuck shit to women because I really, trigger warning, 3, 2, 1. I'm hearing cum dumpster. That's fucking disgusting, first of all. I don't use that terminology at all. But I think that's how little he thinks of women. Like, I'm being drawn to, oh my God, I'm being drawn to such weird fucking shit. I'm being drawn to, didn't R. Kelly say that he used to like pee on people as a sign of control? I feel like this man feels like he's very fucking small. And so he manipulates women. Because I'm just being drawn to so many, like, first of all, I'm being drawn to people that are in trouble for deep shit. But I'm also being drawn to people that abuse women. What's his story with his mom? Do we know? Because this kind of gives me the vibe of someone who it could have gone one of two ways. Either he was coddled by his mother, so now he has no respect for women because everything was handed to him, or his mother wasn't a good mother, and so now he resents women. But there is definitely some sort of hatred towards women. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he respects women. I don't think that, again, I just keep hearing like really fucked up shit in my head. Like, I'm hearing 2 hots in a cot. If y'all don't know that saying, just Urban Dictionary that shit. I just don't think he respects women. And I think that, does Kendrick have a relationship with his mom? Because Kendrick kind of gives me more of a wholesome energy when it comes to this. Because I kind of almost feel him being like, I need people to understand how fucked up you really are. Because it's almost like, this is reminding me, the child that I was meant to be is kind of reminding me of like an inner child. And it's also drawing me to how she's holding what kind of looks like a plant. And think about a plant, right? You plant a seed and then it grows. But if you don't work on yourself, then you're never going to grow. And so I feel like he holds on to the past and then takes it out on other people. And with 8, that's work. So again, I'm thinking like, you know, the Nickelodeon stars brought up young into it. And then he's kind of reminding me of like Jamie Lynn. I don't know if Drake has had, I mean, listen, trauma usually trickles down and down and down until someone decides to acknowledge it and say it ends with me. But I do feel like look at all the women here. All women cards. It's like he just doesn't respect women. He's got an issue. And I do think he has a really fragile masculinity. And so I honestly can't get Nicki Minaj when what was Cardi went for her, right? And how she like lost her shit on Instagram. I don't really care about his feelings, but I don't think Drake's okay now that recent diss track about his family came out. I also think with that sacrifice card that Drake's not done. So I do think this feud is going to continue, especially because like he aimed for the jugular. So I don't think he's done. I don't think that he's going to let this go. I think it's still going to continue off as like beef rap battles and talking shit and like selling it to paparazzi and shit like that. This is not over. This is just the tip of the iceberg is what I'm hearing. What's the back deck? Yeah, calling in the storm. I already said that. Yeah, it's like he's the problem. I'm hearing Taylor Swift's song, It's Me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. But he doesn't recognize it. Yeah, Masquerade in the reverse is giving me the vibe of like your facade is falling. It's kind of giving me up. Oh my God. Every time I do readings about this shit, it's the vibe of like, he's up next. Remember the most recent P. Diddy reading I did? It felt like there's more people. And if we were to ever find out all of it at once, our brain couldn't take it. So it's kind of giving me the vibe of like, they're giving out one at a time. It kind of feels like Drake might be one of the people that are up next. So I don't know. We'll look into it. So let's start with the Haunted House deck. It's in the description box if you guys want to purchase it. But yeah, let's look at the tarot. All right, so let's take a look at if we can get any information on the origin of this feud and why Kendrick clearly hates Drake so much. So as always, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you. Like this video if you're enjoying it. And please let me know down in the comments below any gaps you could fill in. Because as always, I don't know shit about nobody. All right, the origin of this feud. What the hell's going on? Well, I can tell you, I just heard shots fired. They have been conflicting for a while. Yeah, because I'm hearing, did I say this already? I heard this before I did the reading. The song, I don't fuck with you, you little stupid ass bitch. Like, that is how Kendrick feels towards Drake. It's like, I want you gone. I want you out. And I'm also being drawn to how this card talks about the details. And it's in the reverse. So it's kind of giving me the vibe of like, the people need to know what you've hid from them. Because I just keep getting this vibe of like, oh, Drake pretends to be the guy that the guy next door. He's just, you know, so suave. Like, I don't even use that word. Suave. And he gets all the ladies, but little do you know, like, that's the vibe of this so far. Oh, fuck me. Here we go. Okay. We're just gonna fuck. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Kendrick went after him because he was tired of some form of manipulation that Drake does with the industry, this is why, see, these readings are hard for me because, like, in order for me to actually know who the fuck I'm talking about, I would literally have to do a deep dive into executive producers, people that, you know, maybe film the videos. I don't know how deep this goes. But what I'm seeing is there is a problem in the industry itself where the more you're willing to do, and I've said this in a million readings, the more you're willing to bend your moral compass, the further up you go. And I don't know Kendrick's story, but because sometimes people project, I don't know his story, but from his eyes, it's like you work with bad people, you surround yourself with bad people, you are bad people, you act like you're the underdog, you act like everybody should feel sorry for you. And you know what, also with the Five of Cups, it's kind of reminding me of how like J-Lo is hell-bent on convincing everybody that she's from the ghetto, which like, bitch, you were from a prep school. Just fucking admit that. It's kind of giving me that vibe. Like Drake trying to own this, like, started from the bottom, now we're here, except like you started from Degrassi, now you're here. So like, bruh, not the same. But I just, wait a second. Billie Eilish is a Sag. That's a Page of Wands. Didn't someone say something about him having a weird connection with Billie Eilish? I'm pretty sure it's Eilish. I'm trying to get these names right, but if I don't, you could kiss my ass. I'm tired of arguing about that shit. I don't follow these people. That's reminding me of Billie Eilish. And then with Grief and Out of My Comfort Zone. And now I'm hearing the song, I don't think you would know this because it's a casino, but it's like Take a Chance, Make It Happen. And then notice all the alcohol. Is it possible that he pursued Billie allegedly and for entertainment purposes only? Literally zero facts here. I don't know, y'all. I don't want to throw accusations like that until I get something solid. So let's keep going. Star cards reverse. That's not good. What we do in the dark for work. And people disconnect. Are there people... Okay, forgive me. I know y'all have been saying there's a beef that's been going on forever. Are there people that have been disconnecting from him, like, both in the limelight but also out? Because this is giving me the vibe of, like, he does shit in the dark during, like, not necessarily during work hours, but, like, correlated to work that makes me want to disconnect from him. And remember, Billie's a Sag. So... I'll pull more cards. Y'all, you guys know this card for me is especially loaded because not only is it a King of Swords, it's someone who's playing chess. And there's 3 of Swords behind him, which reminds me of the Heartbreak card. Now, Kendrick is a Gemini. And with this is giving me the vibe of checkmate. So, you know what's weird? Like, they're telling it to me, but switch the genders. I'm hearing, like, you're not a girl's girl, but it's giving me the vice versa of, like, you're not a boy's boy. So, I think at some point, Drake either did him dirty. What I almost see is, like, I think Kendrick might have a hang up about respect, which, like, yo, real recognize real. I feel you on that. But I feel like Drake kind of just... This is really weird. I'm getting a actual, like, I'm getting a download. Hold on. I'm seeing them in, like, a club. It's like I feel like it's like a stripper club, but I think it's, like, fancier than that. It's giving me, like, nightclub, rich, elite, expensive. I feel like Kendrick might have saw... Like, I'm almost seeing Drake, like, drinking and chilling with Kendrick. And then it's like... You ever, like, see someone black out and you could literally see the soul, like, disappear from their eyes? That's kind of what I'm seeing in Drake. And then I'm seeing Kendrick and then being like, what type of fucked up people are you around? And, like, it kind of woke Kendrick up a little bit. Because I think, and I don't know the story, like, I think at one point they did a song together or what, but I don't know the whole story. But it feels like at one point he did have some sort of respect for Drake. It was kind of just like, we're in the same industry, like, let's, you know. But I think at one point he had to look at things from a different perspective. And it was just like something was revealed to him. Something about Drake's character, how he moves, that's not okay. And it's also something that he's clinging on to with that hangman in the reverse. Because it's giving me the vibe of, like, I don't want to let go of things that I should be letting go of. And I'm mature enough and wise enough to know that I should. And people are disconnecting from me because of it, but I don't want to let it go. You might have a case for something here. Wheel of Fortune. I definitely think that Kendrick thought that this was a good opportunity to basically... I'm hearing call a spade a spade. So if he wrote that rap and it's calling a spade, you know what I mean? Yeah, justice in the reverse, because Kendrick felt like you're not seeing who Drake really is. You're not getting the full story. Yeah, again, with people cutting off from him. Was there a woman in particular? This is hard because I don't know shit about Kendrick or any of that. Is there a woman that may have cut off from Drake that might want to speak up? Because I almost see, like, it could be a water sign. But this is like a grown woman that removed her emotions from him and distanced herself because she knew what he was up to. I keep hearing the song, "You're no good, baby, you're no good." Could this have been a lover? I'm hearing Rihanna in my head, but I know that she's a Sag, or she's a fire sign, I believe. But I'm hearing Rihanna. Because it's almost kind of giving me the vibe of, like, because the Knight of Pentacles is someone that's slow, consistent growth. It's like building a business. Like, you can't rush that shit, right? Slow, consistent growth. So it was someone that I feel like originally he was in a relationship with her, or at least they had some form of a bond, but she disconnected herself from him. Oh my God. And now I'm hearing the song Alicia Keys, "Your secrets are safe with me." What the fuck? What did I step into? The amount of times I say that doing these fucking readings. There is a woman, it could be Rihanna, I'm not sure. I know that Rihanna fucked with him, but whoever this is, they noticed very early on that he has... I'm being drawn to, like, the devil card in my mind's eye, which is like... It could be a load of unhealthy things, but I'm being drawn to, like, the darker shit. And now I'm hearing Alicia Keys in my head. "Your secrets are safe with me." I feel like Kendrick knows some shit on Drake that he wants to come out. I really think it might just be that simple. I mean, it's not that simple, because what he wants to come out seems like some sort of power play, maybe blurring the lines. Yeah, I just heard Blurred Lines, right, by Robin Thicke. But I mean, think about it, right? Like, I'm not making excuses for it at all. I never would. But if you're a man that doesn't heal your shit, then you're emotionally unevolved. And then the only type of women that you can get are women that are younger that haven't done the work. I'm not saying that you should go all the way lower than 18, you know, obviously. But I just feel like Drake is stunted, so I'm not really shocked. I feel like with his relationship with Rihanna, I feel like he just wasn't man enough for her. But I also feel like I keep hearing like stepped in shit. I think she found out some stuff about him and it was like, I'm a head. Yeah, because I'm seeing the SpongeBob meme where it's like, all right, I'm a head out. Like, I don't think she likes to get her hands dirty. Because, like, we never hear from Rihanna, right? Like, even when she got beat up by Chris, we never really heard anything. And if you guys ever want me to do a reading on that, that would be fun. Chris and Rihanna. I would love to do a reading on old shit. But, this is giving me the vibe of, like, and I don't think she's the only one either. I think she's just one person that detached and would just rather focus on herself and move on than get involved. But there is a woman here. It might not be Rihanna, but I just feel like it's someone who poured into him at one point, but then removed her emotions from him because she realized that he was toxic. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song, I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Impure intentions. Again, this is like impure intentions towards women. Is it possible that he does like power play? Like, I don't know his relationship statuses or like who he's dated throughout the years. Rihanna's the only one I remember. I don't really follow Drake like that. I don't think he's that great. Like I said, he's got a few hits. But Knight of Swords in reverse, when you think Knight of Swords upright, that's like Knight in Shining Armor. But Knight of Swords in the reverse is like you're putting on a facade, but you're actually kind of toxic. And you're actually, first of all, if you're a knight and you're a grown-ass man, that's a bad sign. But I feel like he caused trauma to quite a few women, allegedly. Also, Millie Bobby Brown is a Pisces, too. So she could... I don't feel like she's specifically this Queen of Cups. This feels more to me like someone who's cut off from him, might have dated him. I don't know who else he's dated, but Rihanna just seems to come to mind here because I don't remember anyone else he's dated. But if he's dated a water sign, it could be that person. But I feel like he sells people a pipe dream too. Like, does he pull people under his wing? Because it's kind of reminding me of like Usher, where it's like, oh, I'll give you the dream you've always wanted. I'll give you that job that you've always wanted. I'll make you a star. And now I'm seeing casting couch. So, yeah. I'm going to pull a couple more cards, but I feel like Kendrick's beef, basically, is everything he's already told you. It's everything he's already told you. That song about him rapping to Drake's parents and kids, that's how he feels about Drake. Like, there's really no... That's how he feels about Drake. Like, yeah, I feel like he's one of many that just throws money at problems. Feels sorry for himself, but manipulates others. I don't know, y'all. I think with the Kendrick thing, because he already made that really fucked up diss, this is just kind of reiterating what the diss was. Back deck. I feel like Kendrick has wanted to speak out on this for a while, but was waiting for the right timing. Again, this might have to do with this giant raid thing that I saw. But this is like regrets from the past because Ace of Swords, I didn't speak my truth the first time. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's been a long time. I need to step out of my comfort zone, say what I need to say. And this always reminds me of a PP. So, you know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because this is like... I have regrets about things that I should have said. And now I'm hearing Camila Cabello, where it's like, I have questions. I think that Kendrick wanted to put Drake on the chopping block so that all of you would start questioning his behavior and basically bringing up to the surface, why is he texting someone like Billie Eilish? Why is he talking to Millie Bobby Brown? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here with this. Yeah, because, fuck. Billie Eilish is a Sag, right? Who did I see the first time? No, because she was a... Yeah, okay. Fuck. You got another person that's paying people off and then hoping that his internet perception will be enough. Ace of Wands, sorry. Ace of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands in reverse is like, your burden not worth having, let me pay it off. And then with the Page of Swords, it's like trying to manipulate the narrative on the internet. So, I think Kendrick's onto something. Three of Wands is other people. Two of Wands is friction, but it also reminds me of sexual tension. And then the Tower card is like, I want all your shit to go down. So I think there's more people involved in this. I don't think it's just Kendrick and Drake, because what I'm seeing is like a game of telephone. So do I think that Kendrick has the ick for Drake and knows shit? Yes. But I also feel like, again, there's like this executive producer type shit where it's like, I need to knock you off your throne. I think the industry, and I don't really understand how this is working, but it seems like the industry, there's some bad guys still there. I'm not going to deny that. But it feels like there's some people in the industry that are trying to prop up better people and also make you realize what they've been having to deal with, because not all managers are bad, right? And so not everybody's going to support Drake being unhealthy, for lack of a better term. Yeah, because Temperance in reverse is gossip, but it's bad. Lovers in the reverse is people disconnecting from him. But look at how there's someone watching, so it's like people know what's going on. Yeah, I want to look into, let's just be real here. Is he being inappropriate with young women actresses or anyone? And we'll go from there. All right, so we are going to take a look at basically point blank, is he inappropriate with the two girls or anyone else that doesn't have proper representation because their brains are not fully developed? I'm trying to be very careful with code words here. So let's take a look at that. So again, thank you to everybody that says through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. If you are not subscribed yet, please consider it. I would love to have you join our bestie group. And don't forget to always vote in community polls as I post them so that your opinion can matter. All right. Oh, I'm dreading this. Okay, let's go. Fuck. Okay. All right. All legend for entertainment purposes only. I'm dreading this video. Oh my god. I heard the words quick fix, and it kind of reminded me of, like, for instance, you know how I'm dumbing this down, obviously. Say you're making a meal, right? You put it in the oven, you have like 50 minutes. It takes forever, right? You don't want to wait. And so you just grab a small snack. I feel like Drake is... Oh, God. Why am I dancing around this one? I don't know. Let me stop dancing around this and just fucking channel. I feel like Drake is not picky when it comes to women. And I'ma just say like that. I think he has a preference for women that he can have some semblance of power over. He definitely feels like a control freak. He feels like someone who is very smooth with his words. And he'll come across as like a, I have your back. I'm looking at your best interest at heart. So I don't really know the story with Billy or Millie. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But did he come under the guise of like, oh, I can help you be a star, or oh, I can show you the ropes? Because it's kind of giving me the vibe of like, you know what's weird is when I look at the Four of Wands, it's reminding me of the video of Diddy being like, I have Justin at my house for 48 hours. So is there any rumors of him having people at his house that are not at the right? Because now I'm seeing Michael Jackson and how he had kids at his house. What the fuck am I getting myself into? And especially with the Five of Cups in reverse is reminding me of like not dealing with my grief and again looking for a quick fix. Because look at how this is like a kitchen. So it's like, it's kind of reminding me of like, I have an opportunity and I'm going to take it. I also feel like I think he's a little reckless and he doesn't care to hide the shit that he does. So you're I know I always say this. You're not going to convince me that people in the industry don't know what he's doing. But I want to pull more cards because this doesn't just straight up say, hey, I'm a pathredophile. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fully seeing that yet, but I do see a pattern of behavior of manipulating women, seeing the innocence in women, and pretending to be a savior so that he could get his quick fix. It's giving me like Venus and Aries. Like, I need something to fuck, basically, is the only way. He's definitely the definition of a fuck boy. I just need to figure out how hard that. See, I'm struggling with this energy because it's like, I don't think the universe wants it out there. Nope. No. Oh no. No. Just give me a second. This reading sucks. I hate it. Please comment and subscribe and share it with your friends because this is such a bummer. I like a lot of his music. So the Knight of Cups is him because he's Scorpio, but it's in reverse. So not only is he showing up as a knight, so he's someone who's emotionally immature, he's also cut off from his emotions. But he's right next to a page, which in this deck is a female. And then the following card is a Two of Cups. So if I'm asking a question about does he blur the line of age, and the cards that come out is a female with not a queen, but a page, I think that, do you see what I'm saying? Like, to people that read tarot and to people that don't. You got page, then you got knights, and then you got queen and kings. And then if you master life, empress, emperor. He's having a unity with a page. That's a fucking problem. Let me just pull more cards. Oh, ew. Oh, ew. Oh, ew. This guy feels dead inside. So he's looking for things to... This is kind of giving me Daredevil energy. Does he have Aries placements in his fucking chart? Because I wouldn't be shocked. But it's just an energy of like, act first, think later. Because with that Four Cups, it's like, no, I don't want all of the things that I can have offered to me. But then this cup, which when she turns her head, she'll notice, it's being held by like, I wouldn't say demonic, but it's a skeleton, right? So it's not something that's, do you see what I'm saying? Like when you think skeleton, you think darker shit. So it's like someone's giving me an offer of something darker because the things that I have, and look at how, this is kind of reminding me, see, this is why I love imagery, because you can learn more from imagery than the cards. This is reminding me of Three Little Bears. Or that nursery where it's like, this bed's too big, this bed is too soft, this bed's just right. And what bed did they decide on? The child's bed, didn't they? Because the father's was too hard, the mother's was too soft. I believe it was a child's that's just right. And even if I'm wrong, it still stands. Women too soft. But I also feel that women also step up to him. And he doesn't like that. It's giving me Leonardo DiCaprio vibes. Like, date young so that I don't have to be questioned, so that you can't tell me what to do. I think he's a control freak. I think he manipulates. I think he's a womanizer because I keep hearing Brittany, womanizer. I also think that he throws people away with that Ten of Wands in reverse. So that's giving me the vibe of like, I'm going to help you start your career. I'm going to be your best friend. But it's coming with strings. And then either sometimes people don't agree to those strings. Because this is kind of giving me the vibe of like the dude that sends the dick pic and then you have to block him. That's kind of the vibe. So it's possible that he might have an interest in this, but he might not have fully R-worded, if you know what I mean. This is giving me the more the vibe of like, I have a taste. if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Does that mean necessarily that he's just straight up into young? I don't think he's a... God, I swear doing these readings make me... Yeah, anyway. I don't think he's a full-blown, like... I'm just going to keep calling it pathredophile because it's just YouTube. But I do think that he likes younger girls because they're easier to control. And he feels power hungry and it's easier to throw them away. Because think about a real woman, right? Grown, worked on herself. You're not going to tolerate bullshit. In fact, you'd see right through him. You would never give him the time of day. So I think he does prey on younger women who have self-esteem issues, who probably want to get ahead in their career. And it's just like, I can give you whatever it is that you need with this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, but it's in the reverse, which means that opportunity is not coming. So I wonder if he made a lot of promises to people that he didn't keep and then like ghosted them. And that could be another point of contention that Kendrick has. Because even if it didn't get to the level of like being inappropriate with kids, he might have like got their hopes up, got their attention. It's also reminding me of how when I did the Drake Bell reading about if he actually did the thing, it felt more like he was doing fuckboy energy where it was like sending text messages, sending photos, but not actually doing the crime. Because like I'm being drawn to like Chris Hansen. And Chris Hansen busts them before they actually do the crime. So again, I think it might be more of a interest than something he has pursued, if I'm being honest. I just don't... I think he's definitely blurred the lines. I definitely think that he has had conversations he should not have been having with children. I think he has probably flirted with children. I think he could have even sent a photo. I'm not sure that he actually just straight up Brian Pecked anybody. You know what I mean? And I would use Dan too, but with him trying to get a lawsuit for defamation, I'm really not trying to go after that dude. But that's kind of the vibe so far. Oh, I don't like that. It's possible that he might offer women money to do things that they're not comfortable with. And this card always reminds me about how this woman is unconscious. So if any... Oh, no. I just saw Brock Turner in my head. And if y'all don't know who Brock Turner is, long story short, if you Google him, it'll blow up. But basically, he raped a girl behind a trash can and she was incapacitated. That's more the vibe that I'm getting. Where it's like... Because look, she's not coherent. And then... Four swords, you're in a bed, but there's a boogeyman under that bed. And now he's holding the person who was originally in that bed, and she's still asleep. And then think about what happens when she could wake up. Ace of Pentacles. Money. Okay. This seems very blurry to me, because I think there's a lot of moving parts here. And again, I think there's more people involved. It's complicated. But it is possible that he could have roofied people. Could have, like, you know, let's party. Get you super drunk. You wake up. You're sore. Don't really remember what happened. Here's some extra money. Maybe they don't even know what happened. But I'm not so sure that it's just underage kids. Because I keep getting Leonardo DiCaprio in my head. And he always dates girls that are in, like, their 20s. So, I don't... Again, I'm not saying what he's doing is right. I'm simply saying I don't think he has an affinity for just minors. I feel like he just likes women that he can manipulate and control and treat like shit. Like, I keep being drawn to, like, really... And, hey, I'm not here to kink shame, but think about psychology, right? Why do you want to pee on somebody? But I keep being drawn to that. So I just think that I think Drake hates women. I'm going to be honest with you. I think he hates women. I don't know if that's a conscious thing or a subconscious thing, but he don't have respect for women. He doesn't like women. Yeah. The moon is what's hidden. The star is literally him. He's a star. Seven of Swords, winning at all costs, manipulation, deception, all the bad things you could do to a person. Stalking even. So if anything comes out about stalking, I could see that with this card. But I just feel like I don't know necessarily that I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. You guys know I don't sugarcoat things. I'm not going to say things that I don't see. I can't tell for certain if he did anything specifically with Billy or Millie. I hate that they rhyme. Whatever. But I can tell you more so, allegedly, per my opinion, that he has a type of moldable, dream enthusiast types of women. And I do think that he has done things in the past that were inappropriate. And the moment I touched that card, I saw Brock Turner again. So this is deeper than what we know. I think Kendrick kind of, told us enough. Is he also having a hang up about, like, is there issues in terms of his money or, like, his status? Is he not, like, on top the way he used to be? Because this is, like, after everything that I've put into this, I'm being detached from it. Everything that I wished for is not paying off. I have a lot of regrets, and I'm pulling energy out. I think Drake's hiding shit. Because the moment I touched that card, I saw, like, and I've seen this in other videos, it's more of a metaphor, where, like, people are shredding papers. It's kind of giving me the vibe of, like, before the feds come, hide all the shit. I almost wonder if he's starting to hide shit so that there's no proof about potentially things that he's done. Honestly, guys, it's possible that he's part of the Diddy raid. It is possible. Because it kind of reads like that. I'm not straight up getting Diddy in this, but it's definitely reading like someone who's guilty, someone who probably has videos or some shit that needs to be hidden. I feel like he's been doing some fuck shit behind the scenes that everybody knew about, but was too afraid to talk on until, everybody else has been taken down lately, and I feel like he's just one of many. I can't really pin down... I wish I could... Spirit, can you give me anything about what his connection was with Billy or Mill? I hate that they were... Fuck. Yeah, because look, 3 of Pentacles in this deck. One girl's being abused. So I think he might have taken advantage of them, but I don't know that it was necessarily... I'm just not feeling those two in particular as targets that would have been won. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I think he feels people out. I think he feels out for vulnerabilities, for weaknesses. I think that he can smell, because I'm seeing my symbolism for, like, how a shark can smell blood, like, miles away. I think he can sense girls that are more easy to manipulate and control. And I mean, Billie Eilish just ain't one of those girls. And Millie Bobby Brown also just doesn't really strike me as one of those types of girls. So I think they could have been women that, I mean, they're women now, right? But like back in the day, I think they were things he wanted to try, which is disgusting. I don't know that he necessarily got what he wanted, though. Yeah, because now I'm hearing the song, you can't always get what you want. So I don't think it's them in particular. I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, given the circumstances. I think he also gets obsessed with women that are obsessed with him, again, regardless of the age. Because the 8 of Cups is like, can't walk away. 10 of Swords, self-sabotage. We were asking about the 2 girls. So it's like, I think he's got a savior complex too, because I think that people have been punking him, is what I'm hearing, since he's been on that Degrassi show. So I think that when someone worships him, he like sucks that up. Like he really absorbs that shit. So I think that's how he's able to manipulate his own brain and just be like, well, 15 schmifteen. She loves me and we're just talking and I'm not touching her. Like that's the fucking vibe, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that's the energy I'm getting. I'm not seeing anything that's really giving me like, yeah, he R-worded these two girls. I'm not seeing that, but I do see a pattern with him of how he treats women. There could be women that have had NDAs because of things that he's said and done. Yeah, the hangman, it's like, you can't get me. I'm stuck right here. But I feel like there's multiple people after him. And I've never actually noticed this before. In the Five of Wands, there's actually one face showing. But then the other ones are blurred out. We know about Kendrick. Who else is involved in this? Do you see what I'm saying? So, again, this is why these readings are so hard, because there's so many moving parts. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if in the next, I don't know, Spirit, give me a time frame. See, I just keep seeing building blocks, and it's reminding me of Jenga. It's like you just don't know what's going to come next. But I would say within the next couple of years, if everything goes as whoever's behind the scenes hopes, we might end up finding out about, like, NDAs that Drake made people sign, or because it's kind of giving me the vibe of like all these people coming out. I'm being drawn to like Cassie and how she spoke out with the Diddy lawsuit. So you might have people breaking NDAs. And I know I had a comment where someone was like, why are NDAs allowed if abuse was happening? Girl, boy, whoever you were, I don't fucking know, to be honest with you. So if anybody does know the answer to that, feel free to tell me in the comments, because even I want to know why can't you break an NDA if something bad happened to you? Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right, I'm going to pull a couple more, but honestly, y'all, I'm just not... I mean, he could have used women and then NDA'd them after the fact. But I just don't... I would have to do a part 2 on this. I'm not going to do it this week, I'm going to be honest with y'all, because this energy's shitty. But if you want me to do a reading on, like, from the perspective of Billy or from the perspective of Millie, then maybe we could get more information. But I'm just getting a vibe of his character and the type of age bracket he likes. And it's like, I would say 20s and potentially, yeah. Is he having money problems? What is this? Throwing money at stuff. Cycles complete. Intuition. What? Vulnerabilities against me. You know what this is giving me? All these fucking celebrities that think that they're untouchable, right? Like, think Diddy. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from Drake. It's like, I have a fucking empire. How are you going to come for me? I have all the money in the world. I could throw it at you. I don't care. And with the world card, ironically, most of the time, this reminds me of cycles, but this reminds me of I have the whole world in the palm of my hands. This guy's ego is like big. So, and he's also like, I know I can throw money at the problems because I feel like he preys on the weak. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. What's the back deck energy? What? What? Why is he afraid? Why is he afraid, Spirit? Embarrassed because the shit's coming out. Because the shit from the past is coming out. I'm not going to be perceived as the hero anymore. Now I'm out of my comfort zone. Everybody knows what's going on. I'm embarrassed. I'm anxiety ridden. And now how do I get to a place where I can be vulnerable and win the public over again? I think Drake is in strategy mode right now, and like damage control is what I'm hearing. Yeah, because look at this. Just the wrong cards. My apologies. Temperance, Lovers in reverse, Magician in the reverse, which I said I saw in the Dark Mirror Oracles, and then Six of Cups. Shit from the past where I manipulated, involving relationships that I've since cut off from. Doesn't necessarily mean that it was legal or consenting, and people are talking about it, and now it's coming out. But Justice card is upright, so we might see the takedown of Drake in the next couple of years. I think I just keep being drawn to Diddy, y'all. Maybe he's one of the people on the tape. It's possible. But I want to end this with that whole shooting thing, because I know that's what y'all are interested in as well. I feel like Kendrick's after Drake because what I'm seeing is like, I know this is kind of black and white, but it's giving me like devil and angel. Like, that's not how I move. I have a certain moral code, I think. I don't know Kendrick. I'd have to like read him on my own. And honestly, I'm not a big fan, so I probably won't. But he just kind of gives me like his moral compass hasn't been affected as badly as the rest of the entertainment industry, which could be why he's saying this shit. But I'm also seeing a trickle down. So I also feel like, again, there's something about executive producers getting mad when people get too big for their britches, talk too much, think that they're like, because this reminded me of how like prior to what's going on today, bosses would be like, oh, you're replaceable. And now they're realizing, oh, no, wait, your business is actually fucking replaceable. So yeah, I'm going to move on to the break-in, or not the break-in, sorry, the shooting. All right, so lastly, besties, we're going to look at the shooting, if we can find out a who, but at least a why. Oh, geez. What is this? I'm not going to take it. Issues with the details, so we don't got the full story. All right. So, yeah. As always, thank you to everybody that says 30 seconds of ads. I'm sorry. I have such weird brain fog because, like, I wonder if Drake is a gaslighter because I just feel like even I'm confused. But I feel like that's the point. I mean, he is a Scorpio. They hide everything, and an uninvolved Scorpio can be very vindictive. So, I don't know. There's something up with his energy that I think he's into some fuck shit. I'm going to be real with you. But yeah, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to always check out the community tab. Okay, the shooting spirit team, please tap me into that. Well, I definitely, the target was Drake. Like, that's fucking obvious. Why does this feel like, a fan frenzy? Because I don't think it's a fan of Drake's, but it's kind of reminding me of, how Selena was killed by someone who was a big fan of her. Oh my God. And now I'm being drawn to the Eminem song Stan, where the guy's like writing to Stan, or he's Stan, he's writing to Eminem. And he's like, I just think it's fucked up how you don't answer fans. This is really, really weird. This could be somebody who's a fan of Kendrick and felt the need to work on his behalf. Or it could be a friend. I'm not sure yet. We'll pull more cards. But it's reminding me of the Capitol riot. And I do not want any fucking arguments about that in the comments. Don't. I'll delete it. I'll report it. Don't do it. Agree to disagree. Move on. That's not the point. But this is kind of giving me the vibe of like the January 6th riots, where basically the public was doing the dirty work for, I guess you could say, Trump. I'm not going to go there. I think we have every right to know what the fuck they're hiding from us when we're paying them, but that's semantics. It's kind of giving me the vibe of like, why every time I do these readings, I'm reminded of like Tupac and Suge Knight. So maybe this was a hit. Maybe this was a targeted hit. Lover's in the reverse. I feel like whoever this person was, I think they knew what type of person Drake was. And I almost see like a phone call. So I almost wonder if someone told this person what type of person Drake was. And then they felt like they had to take it upon themselves because of the details they were given to go deal with Drake. Because I just keep being drawn to like drive-bys. So it wouldn't shock me if either this person is a fan of Kendrick, or he's a friend of Kendrick, or it's just someone with like a really strong moral compass about what's right and wrong, and then realizing it's almost, there's 3 different types of people that this could be. I already mentioned the Kendrick ones, but it's also reminding me of like people that are unhinged that hear something like that song and then go, oh my God, either I have a kid or I think this shit's wrong. And so they feel like they need to take justice into their own hands. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Whoever it was that came, I'll try to get more information. I mean, it could be an earth sign with that King of Pentacles there, but that's giving me more the vibe of Drake because he's sitting on his throne. He's got all his accolades and shit. And this is like, I'm trying to break your heart. This is weird. Yeah, your abuse of power. This is other people. I don't feel like that. This feels like a paid hit. That's the only way I know how to describe it. It feels like a paid hit. Ace of Cups. Why am I hearing the song? Heard it all before, but your lies ain't working now. Yeah, this is fucking Kendrick. Whoever this person is that went after them, I do feel like they either are a fan of Kendrick, they know Kendrick, they are pro Kendrick, anti Drake. And I feel like this almost feels like an offering. Maybe this is why I was seeing Selena. Maybe this was a way of a major fan of Kendrick to show loyalty. Because, I mean, what the fuck else would the Ace of Cups be for? In a reading about a hit. But Kendrick is right next to the Hermit reverse, which is out of my comfort zone. But the Temperance card, which is like chatter, 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 but it's hidden because it's reversed. Why do I feel like Kendrick told someone and it's like, I'll deal with the problem? Like I'm being drawn to crime shows that I watch where it's like, they give you like a bag of money and it's like, there's no... Yeah, because I'm being drawn to, like, wire transfers and, like, my money's in the Caribbeans and shit like that. Is it possible Kendrick set this up? Allegedly and for entertainment purposes, only 0 facts here? Or maybe somebody else set it up. Maybe someone else that has a discrepancy with Drake. But I'm not going to lie, Kendrick's a Gemini. And him being in the upright with a Knight of Swords, that's like, I'm trying to be a hero. So maybe he has this, like... Because I'm being drawn to, like... Oh, God, I'm going to butcher this. Forgive me. Again, channel, no brain. Bloods and Crips. It's kind of giving me that vibe. Where it's like, pick a side. But I've been seeing this throughout the industry, so I don't even know where that plays out. But I feel like he might have given an offer to someone who might have had either an ick towards Drake, had a problem with Drake in the past, but knows that he abuses power and does not like that. It's almost like... Okay, this is the only way I know how to describe this, where I think everybody will be able to understand this to the best of my ability. Okay? And I do not want to see arguments in the comments. You can love whichever president you want. At the end of the day, shit hasn't changed, has it? So stop arguing about that shit. It's useless energy. What I'm getting is the energy of how everybody blamed Trump for the January 6th riot. And listen, if you feel that way, I hear you. However, the only person in control of you is you. So at the end of the day, Trump could have been like, go and murder everybody. But you have a choice, right? You don't have to take him up on that offer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's what he did. So don't twist my words. I'm using this as an example. This feels like saying something out loud, Kendrick, to either a friend, somebody, even just as simple as releasing that song to get someone else riled up to do the dirty work for him. That's what this feels like. This feels like, yeah, because you know what I'm being drawn to is O.J. Simpson, where it was like, if the gloves don't fit, you must acquit. Is it possible? Because this could be why I'm being drawn to Tupac, because remember the whole argument is like someone put a hit out on him. It could potentially be Diddy, allegedly. This is like putting a hit out on somebody. But I don't know if Kendrick did it intentionally or not. I'm not sure. You guys tell me. I'm channeling. I can't think and be logical right now. I'm just telling you what I'm intuitively getting. Wheel of Fortune's like an opportune time. Like, was anybody casing his house? Because I see someone like going around the block a few times. Was someone casing the house? Because this is like when the opportunity strikes, I'm going in. Yeah, because I'm hearing a song. I'm going in. I'm going in. Yeah, it's like... It's weird that Drake always comes out as a King of Wands. This is like, he throws money at everything, and he's still in control, and he's still manipulating shit. So if I get the opportunity to strike, I will. This is next level. Yeah, you're a burden. I'm sick of your success. You don't deserve it. And this gives me the vibe of like, guys, I can't shake it. But the Page of Swords, it's like, that's the internet. And people talking on the internet. And where was the song released? On the internet. So this, I can't pin a specific person. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm seeing more of the story than the who. In terms of the who, like I said, there's already like, there's a bunch of different types of people that it could have been. A friend of Kendrick. Someone who's a huge fan of Kendrick. Or someone who just felt like they needed to take control into their own hands. Kind of give me the vibe of like someone who's discharged from the army and has like a moral compass that's really strong and then finds out something messed up and like gotta save the children. That's kind of the vibe of this. So I do feel, and you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not sure that they're gonna tell the truth about this when the guy gets caught. It is a guy. I can tell you that much. Whoever shot up the place, it was a dude. I don't feel like he's white. He kind of looks to me like he could be Hispanic. Because he doesn't look black either. I'm seeing like a Hispanic face. Yeah, because his skin is like a little bit darker than mine. He kind of looks like he's skinny. I don't know what type of car. It looks like it's low to the ground. But I don't know if that's just a metaphor and they're just showing me that the dude was like casing the house. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It's just like somebody who is like, remember how I keep saying in all these readings, it feels like this place is a fucking mob? I feel like they have people in their back pockets that are probably in the mob. Remember earlier I mentioned like Bloods and, you know, that's the vibe. Chariot is a getaway car. The world, I want this cycle to end. I think whoever did it is definitely afraid of the results because it's like, I didn't even get what I wanted out of this. I do think that the intent was to take Drake out. I do think that was the intent. I don't think it was just a scare tactic. I think it was originally, I want to take Drake out, but because I can't get to him, I'm going to get the guard. That's the vibe. Yeah, sadness. Yeah, I didn't get the right person. Death in the reverse. I think this was a hit. A paid hit. That's hidden. I'm very interested to see what the news is going to make this out to be because I keep hearing propaganda. So I'm wondering if they're going to basically lie. Because I'm being drawn to the JFK assassination and I'm not going to mention that, but I did the reading on it, so just look it up. It's in my conspiracy readings. It's kind of giving me that vibe where like we have a patsy, but there's actually a guy that's hired. So I do think this is way more complicated than what we know. There's too many people moving in the background. I see way too many faces that are hidden. It's people we don't know. But I do feel like this is like dark web hire to hitman. That's the vibe of this. Anything else, Spirit? This is like taking the law into my own hands. You say one thing and do another, Drake. Now I see you for what you are. You're not naive. And then I'm being drawn to how she's running, and it's giving me the vibe of you better run. And now I'm hearing the song one way or another. I'm going to find you. I'm going to get you. I think there are people that want to take Drake out quite literally. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. I mean, I'm not the one trying to do it, so I don't know why anybody would come for me for that. But yeah, anything else about this so that I can wrap this video up? Because this went over an hour. What else do we need to know about the shooting, Spirit? Bro. Kendrick's involved in this somehow. Does he know? I'm not sure. I mean, with the King of Swords having the chessboard, it's almost kind of giving me the vibe of like, okay, here's another good example. You ever like passive aggressively tell someone something so that they think it's their idea to do something when in reality you were trying to convince them it was a good idea to do it. Does that make sense? Like, this is a really simplified version, but like, say you go up to your spouse and you're like, did you know that Taco Bell has a special right now? Man, I'm really craving Taco Bell. Like, Taco Bell, and it's like, so that he gets the idea to do it. That's kind of the vibe. Like, maybe Kendrick was trying to pump people up to be like, look at how he treats women. Look at how many other people know. Look that he always gets away with this shit. So, I don't know if it was, see, that's the only thing I'm hung up on. I don't know if it was his words, aka the music, that made someone want to come after, or if he actually had a conversation with somebody. That one's hard to pin down. But I can tell you that whoever did this was doing it on behalf of what Kendrick said, especially about how he treats women. I guess you could argue it could be a woman with the Queen of Wands, but I don't feel that. I really feel like it was a man. I feel like this was about women and how Drake treats them. Anything else, Spirit? I feel like this is about it. Yeah, again, it's like what you do in the dark, how you manipulate at work, how you manipulate women. You leave them broken after when you found them. I think this was someone trying to do like God's work by taking the law into their own hands. That's what this feels like. Yeah, because I just heard, I forget what movie it is, but the oh my God, they go, you're a monster. I don't remember which cartoon movie it is. And I think right now Drake is trying to figure out what his next move is, because I think he knows. I wouldn't even be shocked if he like, now he starts, what is it? Adding more security, more bodyguards, more protection, basically, because I don't think that's the only person that's willing to go after him, especially after that song, because I'm being drawn to like people that are really, you know how like people find out there's like a pedophile that just moved into the neighborhood and they like threaten them and they TP their house and they like set shit on fire. Like, that's kind of the vibe. I think Drake's in trouble. And I think it has a lot to do with Kendrick's fan base and potentially people Kendrick actually knows and talks to. That part I really can't tell. All I can tell you is it's a guy who does not like the way Drake moves, who wanted to make sure that it didn't happen to anybody else and wanted to take the law into their own hands. Back deck energy. That is not the back deck. Yeah, it's like, in order for you to make your abundance, you manipulate women, young people, and then you cut off. Does he have a thing where like he talks to young girls and then like they slowly fade away? Like, was he talking to Billie Eilish when she was young, but they don't talk like that anymore? Because it's almost like you leave people out to dry. That's the vibe. And I think whoever did this was like, this is a just move. Like, you're in bed asleep, no one's gonna know. Look at how this person's kind of spying. And it's like, justice it needs to come. I also feel like this isn't over. And I said that earlier. The Knight of Pentacles, that's slow, consistent. That's like all the details. I'm going to take my sweet time. Think tortoise and the hare, right? The tortoise was the one who won in the end because the hare got cocky. So I feel like whoever's moving behind the scenes to get Drake in any way that they can, they're not going to give up until Drake feels some form of like retribution for the shit he's done. Whether that's canceling his entire career, whether that's getting him arrested, whether that's making him move to a different country, whatever it is, whoever these people are, and I think there's a connection to Kendrick here, they're going to do everything they can to make sure that Drake can't get away with the shit that he does. It's giving me the vibe of like, I want y'all to see who he really is. Expose. Wouldn't be shocked if we get more blind items. But this is like, I think this is the unraveling of Drake. I think that's what we're seeing. I think we're going to find out who he really is, especially considering Kendrick is just going for the jugular. I think Drake's mask is going to slip because, again, he needs that perfect appearance. That's the thing that drives him, is everybody thinks he's fucking amazing. I mean, he literally leaked his own fucking jerk-off video. He obviously has a very big ego. So I feel like this next chapter of his life is going to be a quite humbling one. I almost see him like being very paranoid now, which who wouldn't be after your bodyguard gets shot, but I see him being paranoid. I see him going through stuff in his house and like looking for receipts and photos and stuff and like making sure there's nothing that can like, because I'm hearing like nothing that can stick. I do feel allegedly for entertainment purposes only. He's done stuff that is illegal. I just don't know if, I don't think it's just kids. I think it's any woman that can be manipulated. I don't think he likes women. I really just don't. I wouldn't even be shocked. The Fool card did come up. I wouldn't even be shocked if there's any rumors, so just take this as it resonates. It would not shock me if, like, he's another Will Smith where, like, he's closeted, so he hates women. Like, that could be another potential, too. There's something going on here where people in the industry know who he is, and we just get the character. You know what I mean? Like, when people play a part, like, for instance, a lot of people call Jennifer Aniston, we call her Rachel Green because we know her from Friends. It's kind of giving me that vibe. It's like the Drake that we know is the character. You don't know Drake. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it there because until more information comes out, a lot of times these readings, there's still just so many moving parts. There could be a connection to the whole Diddy thing, but honestly, this feels like people are just going for blood because I think humanity as a whole is just not okay with abusing women anymore, or especially abusing children. And now that most people are getting vocal about it, it just caused an avalanche in the industry. So it's going to keep going. And I do feel like this is not the end of hearing about Drake. And I don't think that this is going to just continue to be diss track versus diss track. I feel like Kendrick wants blood. That's the vibe. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it here. I hope that this was helpful. I honestly don't really feel like Billie Eilish or Millie in particular were actually full-blown victims. I don't think that they're the type that can be molded like that. Because I'm hearing Miley Cyrus, I Can't Be Tamed. So I don't think that they were victims. I think it was more along the lines of it shows a pattern in terms of his character. And I think that is why it's starting to come back out now. Because it's like, I think Kendrick wants you, or whoever's running Kendrick, who knows, wants you to see Drake for who he really is. So just like everybody else that's going down, I feel like Drake is going to be another one. I just heard DJ call it another one. So yeah, besties, I'm going to leave it there because this energy is garbage. Probably going to take a nap because this is just ugh. But I'm going to leave it here. I really hope that this was helpful. If you guys know anything, all my peoples that follow this shit, let me know if you could fill in any of the gaps. I really don't think you need to worry about Billy or Millie in particular. I don't think anything happened to them. I really think that that was just, I mean, I think he was inappropriate, like, through text, potentially. But I just don't think that he ever did anything physically to them. But I do think that he is a womanizer, and I do think that he aims younger to have a sense of control and to be able to... He's insecure. He's a little boy. That's the problem. He's one of many that are emotionally unevolved with a huge fucking ego. It's like men with, and women too probably, but the bigger the ego, the more insecure the man. You know what I mean? So I think we're going to continue to hear more shit. I can almost see Kendrick potentially talking on podcasts because I'm being drawn to how Cat Williams did the interview. So maybe he might speak out on this, but it really just feels like I'm seeing a tennis game where it's like, all right, I shot my shot. Now it's your turn. So I think they're playing a little game of like back and forth in like a weird fuck way. I don't know, y'all. This is messy. This is messy. But if I can leave you with any semblance of solace, I think the two girls that I keep mentioning, I think they were never physically harmed. I think he just blurred the lines in a very inappropriate way. But I do think that some of what Kendrick had to say has some substance of truth. It's kind of giving me the vibe of let me give you the Easter eggs so that y'all can do the digging. That's the vibe of Kendrick. So I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want me to look into something different regarding this, like, I really don't want to do a reading on Kendrick. I don't even know who the dude is, to be honest with you. But if there's something that I missed in regards to this, let me know in the comments down below. And if enough people like your comment, then maybe I'll do a part 2. But I just don't really feel like it's necessary yet, just because This just feels like there's just so many pathretophiles and abusers in the system that are just kind of getting washed out. They're being pushed out of the industry, and I think Drake just is one of many. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, besties. I love y'all so, so much. I'm sending y'all so, so much love. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, my website is in the description box below. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Same links down below. Not same links, but description box. Don't forget to always vote in the community posts. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for being a part of my world, being a part of my YouTube channel. I love having you here. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. So thank you, besties, for watching.